So this is my $2,000 Wi-Fi 7 mesh system that I got last year. $2,000 for Wi-Fi. And don't get me wrong, it works really well with all of my PCs and gaming devices, but I'll be honest, I still haven't gotten over the fact that it costs $2,000. This specific model is the Netgear Orbi 970, and when MSI slid in my DMs and said we have a new mesh system and I saw that it cost literally 1/10 of the price of the one I already had, I immediately thought to myself, did I get scammed by spending $2,000 when a $200 mesh system can do the same thing? I immediately said yes because I wanted to see if a $200 to $300 mesh system can compete with my $2,000 mesh system. So in today's video, we're gonna do just that. We're gonna be testing the MSI Roamii Wi-Fi 7 system, and this thing MSRP is at $300, but anytime I literally open up Amazon, it's below that. So $200 to $300 mesh system versus a $2,000 mesh system. Okay, before we even set up the MSI Roamii mesh system, here are some of the results that we got with the current mesh system, the Orbi 970. Downstairs in the office next to the main point, we were getting 600 to 700 megabits download speeds, and in the basement where all of my gaming devices are, we were getting around 500 to 600 as well. And then when we came upstairs to the second level where there is another unit, no, what is happening? We're literally trying to test this thing and it usually works way better. It's really trying to make itself look bad. We're getting around 300 to 400 inside right here and around 300 to 400 in the backyard. So that is the current coverage that we're getting with the current mesh system. And honestly, that is way worse than I thought it was gonna be, because that mesh system usually gives me the full 1 gig speed that I pay for. But for some reason, when we're filming this video, it is acting up. Now, my other negative thing that I dislike about that system is that the app is pretty much crap. That's like the best description to do it. First of all, everything is paid subscription. You want VPN, paid subscription. You want parental control, paid subscription. Anything that should be free when you buy that expensive a router is paid subscription. But other than that, the Orbi 970 has been a good system, except that it cost me an arm and a leg. Okay, now that we've tested all of that, we can set up the new system and see if it's better, worse, or whatever it is. Now, one of the most important things about a mesh system or any router system that you buy is how easy is it to set up, right? Is it gonna take you 2 hours, or you're gonna have to call your ISP and tell them I'm setting up a new router and please send help to get me this thing figured out? Or do you just plug in, download the app, set it up within minutes? That is really a deal breaker when it comes to mesh systems and routers. So let's see how this thing to set up after we open it up. Now, this unit is marketed to cover up to 6,000 square feet, which is way bigger than my house. That's pretty much my front yard and my backyard and my entire house. Oh, these are way smaller than I expected them. That's kind of nice. I kind of like the design. Look at this. It's like sleek. Look at that. These two corners are kind of sharp. This corner is kind of not sharp, but it looks good. The ventilation is cut out in a cool way. A lot of ventilation in the back, a lot on the top, a lot on the bottom. So these are all good signs so far. Nice. Let's get the second unit out. Okay, so is there a main unit? It looks like both units have literally the same ports on here, which is pretty cool to see. Oh wow, is there a main unit or is they both the same? Yeah, look at that. This is crazy. With the Orbi one unit has to be the main satellite and the other one's just all plugged into it. What I'm seeing right here right away is that both of these units can literally be the main area. So this could be the main one or this could be the main one. You don't have to move them back and forth, and they each have their own login password, so you can use just one on one house and the other one on another house maybe. But that is actually kind of really cool. So here's another cool thing. I just opened this box and apparently there's 2 wall mounts. So you mount this thing on the wall if you don't want to set it on the table. Why don't more mesh system do this? Look at that. Boom. Just mount this on the wall like this. It's really sleek. Okay, so spec-wise, the Roamii covers up to 6,000 square feet like we discussed, but it also outputs speeds up to 11 gigabits per second because it has a tri-band mode. It has a 6 gigahertz mode, which is gonna support the Wi-Fi 7 capabilities, and it can give you speeds up to 6,764 megabits per second. And then you have a 5 gigahertz channel and a 2.4 channel. And the nice thing is you don't have to worry. It's not like gonna be multiple SSIDs. There's gonna be only one. You connect to it, and the mesh system is gonna route each device to whatever speed it supports and it needs at the time at a distance where it is. All of that is bundled in the technology right in there. That's all really nice. That's pretty much how my current system works, except it costs $2,000. I keep remembering it costs $2,000 and I get depressed about that. And each of these units have 6 antennas inside of them, so I think the coverage is going to be really good. Now on the back right here, you do get a USB 3.0 port, and you get 3 Ethernet ports that you can backhaul to from each unit to each unit if you want, or you can connect to your device. That right there is already better than this right here, because this thing literally has to, come here boy, look at that, $2,000, 2 ports, $200 to $300, 3 ports. Yeah. Ooh, I didn't even know it had RGB. Now for sure my gaming is gonna be better because RGB equals more FPS. All right, now that we covered all the specs, it's time to actually put it to the test by setting it up. And right away, obviously when we plugged it in, look how beautiful this thing looks. Now don't worry, if you're not into RGB, I'm sure you can turn off the light and set it to whatever you want because it's MSI and they know how to do RGB well. First thing you gotta do is download the MSI 2.0 app. Wait, I don't have Wi-Fi because I turned off the Wi-Fi, so I have to use, should have downloaded it before. Professional tech YouTuber right here. Don't know what I'm doing most of the time. Okay, we got the app downloaded. Let's see how easy to set up. Allow to camera, so all you gotta do is scan this QR code, Ethernet cable, everything's plugged in, prepared, it's flashing blue, okay, join, I'm joining that unit. I'm literally just showing you how you set it up by me setting it up just to see how easy it is. This is really a breaker deal for me because if it takes a while, then not good. Okay, let's just say, it's asking me where it is. Okay, this is custom, it's in the basement. Where we at right now, next. It's telling me to set up the admin stuff right here. That's actually really useful. Oh, and set your time zone. This is a lot of stuff that a lot of routers don't even care about most of the time. That's crazy. Okay, I created my account and I set up my SSID. That literally took 2 minutes and now it's just configuring the network. I think it's already working. You literally see the light is already white on here. How long was that? Like 5 minutes tops. Now we need to set up the second unit after we do that, and I think we're done. It has to be the fastest mesh system setup I've had. Okay, 2 minutes later, the first unit is set up. Now it's asking us to add another unit. So let's take the other one, put it upstairs. And one of the coolest features that I forgot to show you guys as I was setting the second unit, that the MSI app actually has a heat map that shows you as you're walking around your house where is a good spot to install the second unit of the mesh system, which is extremely handy because most of the time I don't know if this is a good spot or a bad spot. We're putting the second unit right here, and keep in mind we're testing 2 units of this mesh system from MSI versus 3 units from Orbi. Keep that in mind as we're doing this testing. Now the cool thing is in the app it says literally when you buy a new unit you plug it in and 5 to 7 minutes later automatically finds it and adds it to the mesh system, so you don't even have to go in the app and add it. My Orbi definitely did do that. Most of the time it would just lose track of the other satellites. Okay, I think now it's adding to this thing. We'll wait for it to finish and then we'll do some testing. Okay, both mesh systems are now added. We're just doing an upgrade to the firmware and we'll do some testing. Okay, so there's a bunch of features in the app. First of all, there's a whole security center that you can basically make sure your connection is secured and everything is covered. You can check against devices, block attacks. All of this stuff is included in the app. You don't have to go be paying for anything. That's actually really, really nice. There's also parental control, so you can have block browser stuff, block with different websites, use of inappropriate apps, any of that stuff. So if you are into that and you like to have control over your security and parental control, this entire thing is included in here. You don't have to pay. I haven't seen one thing telling me to pay for something. Now, with all of that said, the app so far is incredible. I'm not gonna lie, this is very impressive. What I care about right now is actually the test on the coverage. So basically we're gonna do the exact same test that we did in the same exact locations to see what the coverage look like, the speeds that we're getting, and yeah, let's do that. Okay, now for the real tests, let's see what kind of speeds we get on this mesh system. Now keep in mind as we're testing this, we are testing 2 units versus 3 units from before. So the MSI one is 2 units, the Orbi one was 3 units, and I had a unit in the office right here that was boosting my internet. So I'm expecting it to be a little bit slower. Does it look good? Okay, 250 to 300. So we're getting 300 right here, which is 100 and some less. But keep in mind, we have the 3rd unit in here, so that's kind of unfair advantage, but we're getting 300 up, 300 down. Now let's go outside and test more stuff. Okay, now we're in the main basement where one of the main units is here. Let's see what we get over here. Okay, jumping to 500. Okay, now we're next to the main unit and we are getting 600 to 700 as you guys can see right here. That is actually what we were getting before, so we're pretty much getting the same speeds over Wi-Fi in the main area where the main unit is. Upload speed is 300. Okay, now the real test is going to be upstairs and outside because that's the most important places. That's where we hang out a lot. Okay, now we're in the main area. Let's see what kind of speeds we get. 400, 300 to 400. That is more than we were getting, almost the same what we were getting before with the previous unit. Okay, 375 download and 300 upload. Now let's go outside. Okay, and for the final test, we are back outside, which is the backyard. Previously, we were getting 300 to 400, right up here. Okay, we are at 200 right now, climbing up into the 300s. We're about to pass 300. Yep, 300. Come on. Okay, we're over 300 now. Okay, that is pretty much identical, maybe a tiny amount less than the previous Orbi system, getting 200 250 up outside. Okay, 318, 255 up, those are the final results for outside. So the point is that I'm making right here is, yes, these speeds are almost identical with basically almost a tenth of the price of the previous unit. All right, guys, for the conclusion here, I am actually very impressed with the MSI Roamii Pro mesh system. This Wi-Fi 7 mesh system cost, I don't want to say any words. I'm literally going to pull it up on Amazon and see what it costs right now. So this exact system right now is selling on Amazon for $270. So that is current price of this mesh system. You guys saw everything we set up. We tested that before, we tested on the after. Some of the results were extremely similar to my $2,000 mesh system with fraction of the price. A lot of the features are even better in the app, way easier. We haven't really had any hiccups. We did some updates. We did update the firmware. That's literally took the longest, but the setup itself of the mesh system, 5 to 6 minutes total, super easy. The app was really convenient. A lot of information that you need everything is on there. You can monitor everything. Honestly, I'm very impressed. And at the same time, I feel like I got scammed with the previous system because $250 versus $2,000 for similar results. I would choose this all day, every day. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I do thank MSI for sending this video. I literally recorded this video with no plans ahead. I just wanted to see, can this budget-friendly mesh system compete with a high-end mesh system? And the results are, it can. It definitely can. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.